Hello everybody, this is Joe for Soft Corners here, and for today's video I'm doing a video response for Shane over at Shoebox Legends, and he's doing a contest to celebrate him hitting 500 subscribers on YouTube, and I join almost everybody I think that's I've seen do a response saying I don't know how it's taking him this long to get to 500 subscribers. It just doesn't, with the amount of videos he puts out and the type of content he puts out, it's just definitely in my top couple for must-watch videos as soon as they post usually, and just always entertaining. And more so than that, just since we found each other's channels, probably not even quite a year ago yet, Shane's become one of my, best friends here in the hobby, and just always enjoy the back and forth and comment on videos, and we definitely share a lot of similarities in the way we collect or the things we like, but I mean also stray a lot, like from the way we specifically collect. I'm not he enjoys collecting a lot of slabs, which I don't, but and then different sports, but it's just, you can tell somebody who makes great videos that, like, Shane makes hockey videos about everything, and showing hockey pickups and soccer pickups and stuff like that, which I don't follow the sports at all. I don't collect the cards at all, but I still am constantly entertained and looking, like, I enjoy watching those videos just to learn stuff and to see stuff I don't see, and they're just so well done that anyway, I rambled on for 2 minutes there already, but so anybody who has not, please go over and subscribe and watch Shane's videos. Just like I said, you won't regret it. But for his contest, what he'd like us to do, or what he wanted us to do, was talk about some ways that our collecting has changed, and then also show off a product that's no longer made, that we'd like to see come back. So when I get to that, it's kind of gonna all connect together. For now, I want to try and go as broad as possible with this. Not when I did the video response for Jake at Legends Never Die, about what makes our collection, I really went through the whole story. I just want to touch on, like, some of the biggest changes, which the biggest change at all in my collecting was actually starting to collect, which I got back in the hobby in 2013 after being out for like 15 years. And I just bought, basically just didn't buy singles. I just bought boxes and packs and just ripped as much as I could, because I just really enjoyed it. I'd say I wasn't really collecting at all at that time. I mean, I guess I still, all my cards together still made a collection, but there wasn't really any kind of rhyme or reason whatsoever to it. So looking back, I kind of say more so that I was accumulating cards. So that's really all I did for about 4 years or so, and then slowly just stopped picking stuff up. Up until that point, I hadn't sold anything. So it had almost been 5 years from when I started opening product till I started selling anything, and at that point was once I met my wife and we were looking for a house, and I was pretty much almost done, and then just got the passion for it again to get back into it, but just do it a different way and actually collect something. So I started off, the main thing I did for a couple years was player collect Bryce Harper, and then from there shifted into vintage, and then eventually before the National this year basically ended up moving almost all my Harper stuff and stopped player collecting. It's because I wanted to focus mainly solely on vintage. And then within that, I mean, started set building with the 1960 set, and then just went much broader and just picked up whatever I could from any set that I could get at discounts because of the way I collect in like lower grades. And then that kind of turned into building the 53 set, which is now my #1 project and pride and joy in my collection. But then within the last year, I definitely really went off on a whole different amount of paths. And I guess maybe more so than what has changed about what I collect is my thought process on how I collect, I guess. And it's more so just recently I came to the kind of this hypothesis that like it's okay to lose focus on things, and it's okay to make mistakes, or start collecting something that hits a dead end, and you no longer keep collecting. I did that a few times this year with different stuff. I got into some non-sport stuff. I started collecting Harry Potter cards, starting with just like the relic cards, but they're called costumes, and prop cards of stuff that was used in the films. And but then after I first started getting those, and I started picking up some of the complete sets of cards from the films, and I kind of really found my groove of what I wanted to do with that. I'm still collecting that stuff, but ended up moving some of the relics and stuff I got, just keeping the sets. So like I said, really just more so than what's changed about what I collect, just how I collect. Like I said, it's okay to, a lot of times I get down, like I say, oh, I'm gonna focus on this. I just made a video like 3 videos ago showing off the 1963 set, and in it I talked about how I really wanted to start focusing on one thing at a time. But then this like in a week of that, I've picked up like 3 totally different things that weren't that. But to me, it's really just all about having fun and just collecting what I enjoy to collect. And that's I guess maybe it's almost like a newer realization, just that's okay to do that. There's always going to be time and opportunities to pick stuff up. I mean, I probably, with the 53 set, probably would be smart to focus on it, just because there's not as much of that out there as a lot of this other stuff. But at the same time, it's just when the opportunity strikes, so I'm gonna if I see something I want to collect and think I'm gonna enjoy collecting, I'm gonna do it. So so then what's gonna tie all together then is another big change. So I didn't want to fall back into, for a while when I was player collecting everything, I pretty much just completely avoided any kind of like hits, like autographs or relics or anything, because when I was just opening stuff just to open it, that's kind of what I fell into. I was just chasing, and like I said, from when I first started opening stuff, I didn't even sell anything for 5 years later. So it wasn't even for really the monetary gain of it. It was just the feeling of pulling something big. But then I got to a point where I had so much in my head that I didn't want to get back into doing that, because I felt like it was kind of a waste. I completely stayed away from autos, and then within this past year, I just started picking up a couple here and there. Ended up with some Hall of Famers, but then also just using this as a basis, this is the Aaron Rowan from last year's Topps Archives, the fan favorite autographs. I just basically use that as a broad category of calling a lot of these cards that, not just from this specific set, but guys like this that were just fun to watch play. Were good, maybe great, maybe not great. Weren't quite Hall of Famers, but there's Rick Ankiel. But still just need their due, and relatively cheaper than a lot of Hall of Famers are, and just still really fun to collect. Guys like this from the 90s, Juan Gonzalez. So like I said, in the last year, this was probably one of my biggest changes, was going back to valuing these autographs. Marquise Grissom. And enjoying collecting them. Jay Buhner. And, doing it this way and just picking up the ones I want instead of, opening product, trying to get lucky hitting something I want. So a couple more of these actually I want to show, because these came from Shane, which was awesome. This is Jonathan Papelbon. And so these weren't just like things he picked up. I know these were cards that were in his personal collection, and he decided would rather be better in mine, and they've had a great home here, and I really appreciate stuff like this. So then, before I get into what I'd like to see come back, just a few of Hall of Famers I picked up then. So definitely relative to the Hall of Famers, a lot of that other stuff is a lot cheaper, but still it's nice to pick up the Hall of Famers sometime too. And being a Philly fan, definitely this Mike Schmidt. Also, I forgot when to do this earlier. Shout out to Tony, Psyched on Baseball Cards. This, with the Athletics originally being in Philadelphia, baseball season coming up, I saw this hat, this like collection of hats, and the Phillies ones were kind of, I think it had something with the Liberty Bell, which has been done a lot, but I thought this was really cool. So if anybody's asking what the hat is, there you see what it is. And then this, I still have not picked up another one of these, but this is something I picked up this year and definitely want to pick up more. So the Prez Steel, this is from the Celebrations, Warren Spahn. So what I would like to see come back, and this is kind of a broad, broad what I'd want to come back, but I just want to see competition like in the baseball card market, and I wanted to pick one specific company to come back, but I'm going to show off autographs from them, and I'd like all of these to come back. And these are Donruss here from the Donruss Signature Series. This is 97, I believe. Shannon Stewart, Rondell White, Garrett Anderson. More of those just fan favorite type things are what I call. But Donruss, they still make Donruss, but it's not with the license. So who knows what's going to happen yet with Fanatics, but I'd love to see just everybody like have a license again. Flair, Upper Deck, Donruss with actual MLB logos. Here's another. This is from Upper Deck, SP Authentic, Darren Erstad. This is the Flair Greats of the Game. It's a Bill Mazeroski autograph. Here's Upper Deck special endorsements, Chooch, Carlos Ruiz. This one's trying to not get a glare. This one's super shiny. Another Upper Deck Eric Chavez auto relic. You know, just all the sets. These are from a bunch of different sets, not just base Upper Deck. There's the Upper Deck Gaudy they did. There's a Cliff Lee autograph. Here's another. Again, this is Upper Deck Pastime signatures from Pastime Pennants. This is another awesome gift from Shane, the Rico Petrocelli. And I know that's probably not going to happen though, all these come back, so while I'm at it, I might as well say I'd like them all to be on-card autographs also. I mean, obviously, some of the people that are not with us anymore, you might have to use stickers, but there's a Kerry Wood. Just love that rainbow foil in there. And last, this is again from Upper Deck, Legendary Signatures, Vlad Guerrero auto. So yeah, I'd just like to see, you know, some of those sets come back, some of the sets and licenses come back, just to, I think competition stops, you know, companies from being lazy. And I definitely like to see that going forward and see some of these designs, especially a focus on-card autographs come back. So, well, I did a pretty good job of not rambling on too much, hopefully. So, and when you have to sit through a very long video to watch this, Shane, but again, appreciate first of all your friendship and just the conversations back and forth. Just really means a lot to me, and really enjoy that those interactions. And then secondly, appreciate this opportunity, you know, to make this video and the contest you're doing and everything. Very generous, and like I said, if anybody's not subscribed to Shane, please right away go do so and watch his videos. You won't regret it. So thank you again for this, Shane. Everyone else, thank you for watching, and just remember, any card can be a great looking card, even if it has 4 soft corners. Thank you.